just about sorted. Oh, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us down at East Midlands Airport again this evening. We're live flight action. Apologies for that couple of minutes before the stream while we get set up. Sure everything's nice and ready. So while we get loaded up, we're at another new location tonight here at East Midlands Airport. The team at the Aeropark, East Midlands Aeropark, have been kind enough to let us inside the Aeropark this evening. So a big thank you to Stuart and the rest of the team down here who have made it possible for us this week. So a different perspective of the cargo area. Well, let's get set up and we'll get into the stream. So we'll give you a little more detail about the Aeropark as we go through the stream. Let's get everything ready for this evening. Hello to everybody just joining us in the chat. Yes, Aaron will give you a view in a minute. Just get a couple more things sorted. So we're not actually outside of the airport, as it were, this evening. We're inside East Midlands Aeropark. So while a couple of those DHL aircraft are just starting up, we'll try and give you a quick pan around. Quick zoom out as well, if we can manage that on the lens. It's still relatively dark here. You can see you can just about zoom out. We're up on one of the spotting mounts here at the Aeropark, and that's the Nimrod straight in front of us. That's on static display here. But as I say, we'll give you a bit more detail of where we are and how you can get here. You see the tail of the Vulcan just in the background there. But just to say, it's not usually accessible to the general public at evening. Been very fortunate enough to get access this evening to do a bit of live streaming for you. So if you want any more details about admission, pricing, etc., check out the website in the link in our bio. That'll take you straight to the Aeropark website where you can see everything that you can possibly need to know about this place. That's on the website anyway. But definitely, if you want to make a trip down here, it's well worth it. They'll be open again this weekend, but we'll give you a few more details, as we say, as we continue the stream. So let's just get set back up again. So first aircraft on the stream tonight is that DHL A300 off to Brussels. So in prime location this evening for all the cargo action down at the 09 end of the runway. Or should I say runway 09 at the end of the airfield. So it may be a bit difficult to catch everything inbound this evening, but as everything gets just that bit further down the runway towards us, we should be able to get quite some good close-up action, just like we are on this A300 at the minute. So apologies if the image does go a little bit dark as well. The aircraft just passing through an area of low light. Try our best to keep up with that one as well. So it's quite dark up here, so it can be a little bit difficult under the foot. Or underfoot, should I say? So we should get quite a good view once that makes its way up towards us, especially at the point of rotation. It's just disappearing off into the distance there, so we'll pan around back onto the DHL stand when we've got the opportunity. This will be a couple of minutes before that one makes its way up. And the Aerologic 777 there, currently being loaded up. The A300 making its way down to 27, 29 years of age. On that particular airframe, delivered 1995 to its first operator. Not too sure, Phil. Let us know if anybody else is having difficulty with the stream dropping in and out. We've got it replaying here as well, next to us, and it seems to be working okay at the minute. So let us know if you've got any further issues with it. So everything's adjusted as well as it can be. So that A300 just making its way to runway 27 now. There are a few delays on the inbound this evening, so there may be a tiny bit of lull in traffic. We'll keep on the cargo action as best we can. So we should take you off that a minute and zoom back round onto runway 27. So that A300 to rotate in front of us. Hello, Polly. Good evening to you as well. 300 just making its way off in the distance there. So it might take just a bit of adjustment to get the angle right for the stream this evening, given the new location. Hopefully I'll be able to catch a few more. So just taking across to the 777 in front of us. Keep locked on it just as we have a look on the radar at this evening's movements. As I say, there's been a tiny bit of delay on the inbounds. I think a few of the inbound cargoes from Cincinnati and JFK were delayed. So just having a quick look here, the Aeropark in front of us landed here from Delhi earlier, just over an hour ago, just before 4:25. The next inbound is the JFK service, DHL JFK service. That's inbound, should be here with us just before 6:45, followed by the Jet 2 service in from Gran Canaria. That one should actually arrive just before the DHL in from New York. It should be making its way down to us any minute now. Yeah, that was actually on final at the minute. So as I say, we won't be able to catch the full approach of the aircraft into East Midlands this evening, but we'll bring you as close to the action as we possibly can once they make their way down the runway. Thanks everybody letting me let me know about the stream. Seems to be okay our end, so we'll continue with the current settings we've got. But thanks everybody for clarifying that. So that Jet 2 service in from Gran Canaria, just approaching runway 27 now, a couple of miles out. So once it passes the threshold, we'll pan straight onto that. But another relatively cold evening out here at East Midlands. A few clouds in the distance. And that sun just setting in the distance as well, making the sky nice and red. But looks like it's going to be another relatively cold evening. A lot of stars out already, and very clear skies overhead. So hopefully we don't get too cold. Everything's wrapped up nice and well as it can be. So that Jet 2 service, just 30 seconds or so from touching down now. We'll have a quick pan around and see what we can pick up from this angle. You can see that wind is a lot calmer than it was on last Friday's stream when we heard during the storm. So hopefully it vacates a bit further down the runway. There you go, just making its way past the towards the windsock now. There you go, perfect view of that one, just rolling out on runway 27. So flight time on that one this evening is just over 4.5 hours, 4 hours and 33 minutes at the point of touching down this evening at East Midlands. And we're able to get quite a good perspective on last Friday's stream of the aircraft as it taxied into the or onto their stand over on the terminal area, over at the terminal, should I say. So we'll keep with this one, see where it parks up, and see if we can catch any of those departing passengers as well. Or disembarking, should I say, not departing. There we go, just traffic getting a bit cold there. So just getting a bit stiff underneath. So there you go, that one is on standing. So we should be able to watch the ground crews start to come towards that one in a minute. Passengers will disembark from the other side of the aircraft. And good evening to everybody joining us in the chat. A very, very warm evening to you, but it's relatively cold out here. So good evening to everybody joining in. And thank you for watching us here down at East Midlands this evening. So all the equipment's fully charged. If anybody does hear any issue with the stream, sound or picture, do let me know. I'm keeping everything as monitored as I can, but it tends to get a bit tricky when you're on your own, keeping tabs on everything. So any issues, let me know. I've got the chat up with me as well. So any messages, questions, anything you'd like to ask away. So looks like next departure will be the Aerologic out to Brussels this evening. That one is scheduled at about 6:30, so in the next 30 minutes or so. I'll keep an eye on that jet too, see if we can see any of those ground services close up. See if we can improve that focus a tiny bit as well. So we skipped Tuesday's stream this week just because of the weather and how muddy it was underfoot. We were watching the weather most of the day on Tuesday, but unfortunately it was just too muddy to get around safely enough, especially lugging all the equipment around as well, and with the risk of rain. We decided to put a stream out for this evening instead, even though it's colder. It's definitely a lot drier, especially where I stood as well. It's relatively sound underfoot. So that jet to inbound from Cranky Harry there, just been unloaded. We'll have a quick pan around and look at that Aerologic 777 on stand. Apologies, will we just whiz around there? That one just been loaded up now. That one is outbound to Brussels this evening. And the aircraft is 15 years of age already. Delivered in 2010. German registered, and as I say, inbound from Delhi earlier this afternoon. That one had a flight time of around 9 hours and 10 minutes at the point of touching down here at East Midlands. So just a relatively short hop back across to Brussels for it this evening. And once it arrives in Brussels, it's almost immediately straight out again, a couple of hours on the ground to offload. And it's another relatively short hop over to Leipzig. So a full schedule for that aircraft. Definitely kept busy. So just a bit more detail of where we are this evening. In terms of putting our position into perspective, obviously we've got the DHL cargo area straight in front of us, and we're over the other side of the airfield in the Aeropark Museum. As you said at the start of the stream, the volunteers here have been kind enough to allow us in this evening to do a bit of streaming from within the Aeropark. A bit of a different perspective as we overlook that cargo area. Very good vantage point though for seeing high up here on the mound. There are a number of spots as well, all the way down the Aeropark, so perfectly positioned to catch all of that action, especially when 09 is in use, runway 09 is in use. The aircraft turn on dead straight on in front of you, so you get an amazing view of all the flight deck and all the rest of the aircraft as it sits and throttles up in front of you. But also a great view of all those departing aircraft as they make their way down runway 27. So they're generally not open during this time of year to the general public, apart from weekends. Saturday and Sundays are their opening days, between 10 and 3 for the winter season, and then the rest of the week they are closed. Last entry is at 2 PM on those weekend days. If you want to make your way down here, there is plenty of parking available, and there's something for everybody. There's a lot of different aircraft on static display. As you said, we've got the Nimrod straight in front of us, and the Vulcan. There are a number of helicopters as well, and also aircraft that you can go inside and have a look in. They've got the VC-10 in the background. It's really good to have a look inside, especially all of the old technologies in there, as opposed to modern commercial aircraft. But also great to have a look inside of the Nimrod as well. When they have it open, you can see all of the surveillance equipment inside of there from when it was in operational use. So really good insight as to the life that that aircraft has had. But if you want any further details on that, do check out the website. Link is in the bio of the stream. So just passing us by, passing overhead. It's a bit too dark to put that one on camera. It fires it as it makes its way past us, which is one of the Cessna 152s from the training school here at East Midlands. Let's see if we can pan up and get a shot of that one. Just as it passes by there. Just a bit too small and a bit too dark to pick up all the detail of that one. That one probably might be out for some instrument training or evening night ratings. Not one we usually pick up the stream this late here at East Midlands. So hi to you as well, Phil. Good evening. Try and put regular streams on from East Midlands every Tuesday and Thursday. I had to skip this week's stream on Tuesday, unfortunately. A bit too wet for us. But it's relatively dry this evening. So we'll be out for as long as we can possibly stick out the cold. Probably till about 8:45, 9 p.m. this evening. We'll be out here. It just really depends on the number of movements here at East Midlands in terms of arrivals and departures. Sometimes it can get a bit lengthy, so we really tailor the stream to, or try and tailor the stream to what is inbound and outbound. But we stick around as long as we possibly can. The temperature is okay for the time being. Just a slight chill in the air, where everything's well wrapped up, and we're keeping warm. But usually between 3 and 4 hours we tend to stream for, maybe a bit shorter, as I say, depending on movements. As long as we possibly can. As we get towards the lighter evenings and into the summer months, we'll try and stick those streams out for a bit longer as well. The cold just has a bit of an impact on the equipment in terms of power. The batteries get drained a lot faster when it's cold, as with any battery. We're all powered up, so hopefully we can keep streaming for the next couple of hours at least. It's just a slight delay on the inbounds this evening. So just keep it focused on the aerologic in front of us as you watch that one being loaded up. So this is a general view of the cargo area from the Aeropark, and you got a full sort of panoramic vista of the whole airfield here. We've got the passenger terminal to the left of us. Obviously the DHL stands straight in front of us. But a perfect place for watching or spotting, or just sitting down. There are a number of tables here as well for people that want to bring any picnics with them. Maybe when it gets a bit warmer. It's a bit cold for a picnic this evening. But again, facilities all across the site here. Picnic benches, there are bins for all your litter. Toilet facilities, cafe inside as well. So really well equipped to cater for everybody down here. So that earlier Cessna 152 that departed, just turning back on to final now. We'll see if that one keeps in the pattern or if it departs straight out. It may just be a touch and go from runway 27. Keep an eye on that one. So next inbound looks like it will be the services from JFK, that DHL 767 making its way over, followed by the cargo jet 767. Those two quite frequently ride over together, arriving within a few minutes of each other. So regular visitors, regular services into East Midlands around about the same time. That's DHL 767, just approaching the coast of Anglesey. That's around 30 minutes away from us. Should be making its way over relatively quickly this evening. And the cargo jet 767, not too far behind it, just passing over Ireland, heading towards Dublin, routing towards Dublin, then Anglesey, Stoke-on-Trent, and then into East Midlands. That one's around 10 minutes behind the JFK service. So not too long before we see those touching down here at East Midlands. Camera just veering off. Let's put it back in its position. No problem, Phil. 15 on that one, 15 years of age. Oh, great, we've got the guys over there working on the 777 as well. Confirming that one is almost finished. Thanks very much for sharing that. So we've done our best to pick a decent spot this evening. So hopefully we've got the equipment set up in the right position. But it is a new spot for us, and it is relatively dark up here as well, so apologies if there's any sort of movements. It'll either be me slipping down the bank or the equipment trying to do its own thing. We'll keep everything as under control as we can, but thank you to everybody joining us this evening to watch all the action down here at East Midlands. We'll hopefully be down here on Sunday as well this week. Chewy are bringing in 787 as they start to ferry passengers across to Bridgetown for presumably the cruise season. So that one will be making its way in either tomorrow or Saturday, late on Saturday, maybe even Sunday morning. We're going to try and get down here on Sunday as well to catch that one out of East Midlands. So there'll be a couple of streams this week just to make up for missing that Tuesday stream. So hopefully another relatively calm down Sunday. Hopefully it'll be a bit warmer, but we'll get to see East Midlands during the daylight hours as well. But we'll put more details up probably tomorrow or early Saturday, and we'll let you know what time we're going to be streaming from down here. Yeah, definitely is. Definitely is a good spot up here, and it's thanks to the volunteers and especially Stuart here at the Aeropark for making it possible this evening for us. He's very kind enough to invite us along to have a look at the weekend to make sure we're happy with it. And very kindly let us in this evening as well to stream and bring you all the action from a different perspective than we usually do, but a very good perspective. Makes a difference to being in the trees over the far side there. And just as I think it was Kip Kane in the chat was saying, the guys over there just finishing loading the air logic now. You can see that rear cargo door is being closed up, so that one should be off any time soon. Hopefully make its scheduled departure of 6:30. So to anybody new joining us this evening from down East Midlands, we're live flight action. We're putting on regular streams from East Midlands now. This is probably our third week of streaming from down here. And we try and stream a couple of times a week, usually on a Tuesday and Thursday for the busier cargo evenings. We're a relatively new channel, but one that is rapidly growing. Now, I'm very appreciative of everybody's support, everybody that's subscribed to us so far, and helping us along in our journey to bring regular live streams from down here at East Midlands and build a community on the back of these streams. So thank you to everybody who's watched, subscribed, and is liking the content so far. Fast approaching our first 1,000 subscribers. So really appreciative of that as well, everybody who's helping us along to grow this channel. Yeah, it's a great opportunity to bring East Midlands on board, Jack. I'd usually be down here in the daytime, just have an interest in photos and videography. Also an interest in everything aviation as well, so a good opportunity to bring those two together and put East Midlands on the map for the streaming community. So hopefully everybody likes the content, as much as you can anyway. But really just to bring a different perspective to East Midlands Airport, especially to see it at night, and the cargo operations. You can see it as you drive past on the road, or you can see it in various different photos on different social media groups. But just to bring it to life at night as well, so that everybody's got the opportunity to to see just what happens here at East Midlands on an evening. So that 777 is going through its final checks now, so we should see that one push back in the next few minutes. And it won't be too long before those next inbound aircraft make their way down to runway 27, and we should see those pass straight in front of us this evening. So the inbound DHL 767 just making its way north of Stoke-on-Trent now. That one's around 15 minutes out. And that cargo jet 767 not too far behind it. And that is just crossing the Irish Sea, heading towards the north coast of Anglesey. That one is around 25 minutes to 30 minutes out. So you should see that Aeropark 777 depart imminently and then catch that service in from JFK, hopefully around the same time. Wrapping up one. Wind just taking a bit of warmth out of the air, or what is left of it. Definitely a wind chill factor this evening to take into consideration. And thank you very much for joining us this evening, Hans. It's nice to have you on the stream. It looks like the aerologic is just about done. 4 doors now shut, and the stairs look like they're about to be removed. So should see that one push back here in the next few minutes. So even though there's not a lot of movement on these streams during the earlier periods of the evening, we just start a bit earlier so we can catch some of this ground action. It's not necessarily something that everybody sees. It's really just to bring a bit of variety to the stream as well. So hopefully, everybody, or as many people as possible, enjoy seeing it. But it just gives you a view of those operations here at East Midlands during those evening hours. It's not something that you'd necessarily see as a passenger either. You see it as you're departing down runway 27. If you're fortunate enough to sit on the left-hand side of the aircraft, you can usually peer down and have a good nose of what's going on down there. So hopefully it just adds another element to the stream for a bit of added interest for everybody. So just unfortunate that there aren't as many movements during the evening in terms of passenger commercial traffic here at East Midlands, especially in these winter months. As we get towards the summer months, that does start to ramp up, but primarily evenings are full of cargo traffic, especially as we get into the next hour, couple of hours. That should frequent more, a lot more ground action as well. So thanks for sticking with us. We'll try and make it as interesting as we can. But really hoping to just offer something else in terms of helping to support build a community based on the streams, and just another way of people communicating, especially down here at East Midlands. I know there are a number of groups down here, but really just something for everybody to join in. It's a nice chilled out atmosphere, nice chilled out chat, so please feel free to join in. Yeah, not much apologies for the time being. Just waiting for that air logic to push now, and then we'll see that one out. So if you think anybody else would be interested in seeing the evening action down here at East Midlands, please do feel free to share the stream. You're very welcome to share it out. Feel free to join in with the with everybody else on the chat as well. You're very welcome to join in. So the 777 is finally pushing back. Just relatively short hop across to Brussels this evening. So hopefully we'll be able to hear this one start up as well. Got a head-on view of it. Yeah, Hans, I think this Aerologic is off to Leipzig later this evening. I believe this one is departing out to Brussels from East Midlands. And then a short hop from Brussels to Leipzig later this evening. So the engine's on the 777 just starting up now. Looks like a thumbs up from the ground crew there. Either that or is making some shadow puppets for us. We'll stay with this one and watch it down to runway 27. Okay, good to have you with us this evening then, Hans. Yeah, this one is off to Leipzig, I believe, after its very short stay in Brussels this evening. I think that one's due to arrive into Leipzig maybe tomorrow morning, very early hours of tomorrow morning, just after midnight, I think. So a little while long yet before that one arrives over there. Just get that one in full view. Yeah, hopefully that sound's coming across loud enough for everybody. Definitely can hear it over here in the Aeropark. So ready to head down to runway 27 under its own power now. Just have a quick check on the status of those other inbounds. That 767 inbound from JFK is on a final line, just a couple of minutes from touching down. The view just obscured a bit by the trees at the end of the Aeropark. But we'll nip across to that one as soon as it comes into view. We'll just stick with the 777 for the time being. So 767 just touching down now. Leave that 777 and pan across. Catch that one. So apologies for any blurriness in the picture there as we pan around. So unfortunate obstacle, as it were, of streaming during nighttime hours. Just approaching us now. Here's that inbound service from JFK. You can see the vantage point from down here at the Aeropark. It's quite spectacular, especially during those daylight hours when you can get a full-on view of those aircraft passing by in the daylight, but that low light at the evening as well, just making those airframes really glisten in the darkness. So we'll stick with this one for a couple of minutes. That Aerologic just disappearing behind the tree line there. But we catch that one out on its departure for runway 27. Thanks for the shadow puppet there. Very nice to see you over the other side of the airfield. Thanks for joining in with the stream. There you go. You see something of pretty much everything here down at East Midlands. So 767, just pulling onto its stand now. Cold is taking it out on a tripod a bit. Fluid getting a bit thick. So let's just pan around and catch the 777 as it makes its way out. Straight onto runway 27 and straight out this evening. No messing around from there. Straight off into the distance there. That evening sky relatively clear now. Almost no cloud at all. There are a few wisps around. But a very good evening for seeing all the nighttime action down here at East Midlands. Apologies for any lights. Ground up team just making sure everything is in order. Apologies if they do pass by on the stream. Just making sure everything is still safe. So that inbound 767 on its stand now. Let's just keep an eye on this one. Tripod. So relatively good visibility here at the East Midlands this evening. Probably a good 20 or 30 miles or so as a crow flies. Still able to keep visual on that departing 777 as it makes its way over to Brussels. Just a bit too far in the distance for it to be picked up on camera. We're definitely stood here at the Aeropark. Got a fantastic visibility of everything, inbound and outbound. 777 heading down towards Hinkley and Ludsworth now. As I say, the visibility excellent this evening, so you can still see that one in the distance. It's just passing through 12,500 feet now. Just see if you can pan around quickly. Beach King, I think, just arriving into East Midlands. There you go. No details on my radar. Just managed to hear that one as it was coming down runway 27. Just taxiing in towards the maintenance sheds here in East Midlands. There we go, so we'll pan across back to that 767 now. Apologies again for that quick panning. Just something that's unavoidable to manage that blur in the low lights. So that inbound from Cincinnati isn't too far out. Probably 2 or 3 minutes before we see that one touching down here at East Midlands. Flight time on that one this evening is just over 6.5 hours. That one just passing through 1,700 feet now. So once that cargo jet 767 gets a bit closer, we'll pan across and hopefully watch that one roll out in front of us as well. Just a couple of minutes before that one becomes visible. We're just hiding away behind the tree line here. Just about got visual with the landing lights, but it's just obscured a bit by the trees at the end of the Aeropark here. Hi Dino, thanks for joining us again this evening. Cargo jet 767 just touching down. Pan across to that one. Vacated towards the stems there. Push that one in as it heads over onto the apron. Its way onto its stand now. Stand for that's 767 this evening. Both inbound 767s there, the DHL in from JFK this evening, and the cargo jets from Cincinnati, both on stand together. So we'll stick with that dual view for the time being. In which the ground operations come into action as that DHL 767 is starting to be unloaded, and we'll have a look and watch that cargo jet being unloaded as well. While I do that, I'll have a quick drink and warm up my hands. They're like ice. Hopefully that sounds coming across clear. Anything with wheels. Get everything turned up as much as we can this end. Just let me know if anybody else has got any issues with the audio, and we'll have a look. Nothing's changed, so hopefully it's still coming across relatively well. I could hear the ops vehicle as it was passing by there, so hopefully everything's coming across good. Thanks for letting me know, Phil. All sounds good at this end as well, so maybe just a glitch. So let's have a quick look at the cargo jet as it opens up. See if we can get a close-up view of that. There we go. Forward cargo door, they're just opening up. Focused on that. I'll just check the radar to see what is our next inbound. It's just landing off the stream there without any lights on the RVL Cessna regular visitor in on the streams here to East Midlands. So that one is in total darkness apart from its nav lights and the forward landing light. It's even very difficult to pick up in our current position off camera. We'll stick with that 767 as we watch it unload there. But next service in, it looks like it will be the Jet 2 from Tenerife. And the following services Chewy in from Gran Canaria, and then the Jet 2 service in from Fuerteventura. So 3 inbounds within the next 30 minutes or so. It looks like the cargo jet 767 in front of us is delayed on its outbound this evening. It was due out at 7:30. Looks like that one's been rescheduled for just after 9 PM. So you probably won't catch that one outbound on this evening's stream. But it looks like we're going to get the Brussels service, the Brussels 767, DHL 767 off to Brussels, should I say. That one is due around 8:20. So let's just keep a visual on that radar to make sure we don't miss anything. That inbound jet 2 from Tenerife, just passing north of Derby now, making its way down towards East Midlands. That one's around 5 minutes out, just passing through 6,500 feet. Flight time of just over 4.5 hours at the point of touching down at East Midlands this evening. And that inbound Chewy service also in from Gran Canaria, operated by 737 MAX. That one's around 10 minutes out, just south of Leicester, passing through 9,500 feet. Around 10 minutes for the Chewy. That earlier inbound Beach King just making its way out towards runway 27 off camera. Just a bit too small and too dark to pick that up over on the other side of the airfield. But next arrival will be that Jet 2 service in from Tenerife. And the Chewy service from Gran Canaria. Flight time on the Chewy this evening from Gran Canaria, 4 hours and 20 minutes. And just about visual with that Chewy in the distance as it makes its way towards East Midlands this evening. So that temperature has definitely dropped now, as it tends to do on these evening streams. Definitely feel the cold biting in the wind. So I'd like to get those smaller aircraft on the stream, but it's just a bit too difficult to see them on the camera, and literally only see a couple of flashing lights, so just choosing to stick with that 767 at the minute in front of us. But it looks like that Jet 2 service is our final approach now for runway 27. So the next couple of minutes we should see that one landing and rolling out in front of us. And the Chewy 737 MAX also approaching East Midlands now. You can just see that one off in the distance. Very tiny flash in the evening sky. I should be turning on to final in the next few minutes also. But that Jet 2 service in from Tenerife. Next to land at East Midlands this evening. So we'll just wait for that one to get a bit further over the runway threshold there, and pan across. But if you want to see any approaches into East Midlands from a bit further down the runway, go back and check our Friday stream from last week, going right out in storm. Airwin, I think it was the name. Well, a Met Office, I think it was a Met Office, maybe in a different meteorological agency. But Storm Airwin, we were out in that last week as well. So if you want to go back and watch any of those approaches into East Midlands, check out last week's live stream from Friday. So just pan across now and get that Jet 2 as it rolls out on runway 27. And that should be our final approach now as well. That one inbound from Gran Canaria this evening. Stick on that jet too. Some gloves on when I've got the opportunity. And that G737 Max making its way down runway 27 now. That one landing into East Midlands after around 4 hours and 20 minutes in the air. Looks very blue inside the aircraft tonight. I'm sure everybody will be just as thrilled to be landing back into the freezing cold of East Midlands as they are on that Tenerife flight. It's a relatively short taxi across to the passenger apron this evening for both aircraft. Stick with this one as we watch it onto its stand. The airplane over there looking rather busy this evening. So a bit of a different perspective on this evening's stream. We don't usually get to see the passenger airplane as much. So a great vantage point for catching all those cargo operations and the passenger operations as well from here at the Aeropark. So we'll lock that off there. Let's see if we can get a bit closer to Chewy. I'll have a look at a 737 MAX being deplaned this evening. Watch the ground operations over there on the passenger side of the airfield, so we can get a bit more light on the camera. Everything rapidly getting into action there to get that one offloaded. Thanks for watching, Phil. We should be out on Sunday. Chewy, I've got the 787 returning back to East Midlands, I think for a couple of weeks. Not a full couple of weeks, just odd days to ferry passengers over to Bridgetown. So back out on Sunday, most likely, to catch that one go out. Hopefully the focus is good enough there. So trying to focus from this vantage point and distance can be a bit tricky. Especially in that lower light as well. Hopefully it's still coming across clear though. Looks relatively clear on our side anyway. So while we keep an eye on that one, let's check on that radar. So it looks like another 20 minutes before we see the next arrival into East Midlands this evening. Jet 2 in from Tenerife, 737-800, 23 years of age, delivered to its first operator in 2001. That one's around 15 to 20 minutes out from East Midlands now, just passing south of Northampton. And around an hour or so on the next departure, that DHL 767 off to Brussels this evening. Also got the Maersk 767 showing up with a filed plan. File flight plan at about 8:15. So see if that all makes it out. If not, it'll be the Ryanair departing to Tenerife, and that will likely be the last one on this evening's stream. So probably finishing about 9 PM this evening. We'll stay and watch that Ryanair out. And then we'll go and get warm. And hello to everybody in the chat as well who's joining us this evening. Hi to Andy again, thank you very much for joining us. Just looks like the passengers are still disembarking that inbound Chewy service from Gran Canaria, I think it was. Cold's getting to my brain a bit, but still disembarking from that aircraft nevertheless. And ground crews are just making their checks on those flight surfaces. A lot of activity around that one this evening. So while we wait for that next inbound Jet 2 service, let's just have a quick pan around back onto the DHL apron. Quick pan around. Apologies for that blurry light there. Cargo bins being rapidly unloaded from that cargo jet 767. Hopefully start loading that one back up soon. That one is delayed by a couple of hours this evening though, so we unfortunately won't catch that one outbound on this evening's stream. At least we get a view from the other side of the aircraft this evening, loading and unloading from those upper cargo doors. See the vantage point towards the other end of runway 09 here, towards the JCB shed or hangar. Usually see the opposite side of the aircraft, so those lower cargo doors in operation. I don't usually get to see the main cargo doors in operation. So that inbound Jet 2 service from Fuerteventura just passing south of Leicester now. That one's around 7 minutes out. Just passing through 6,800 feet, so not very far out at all. Just about pick it up in the distance here, just off camera. It's probably 5 to 7 minutes before we see that one inbound towards runway 27. So thank you to everybody who's joining us this evening from down here at the East Midlands. For just joining us, a new position this evening from within inside the Aeropark. The volunteers here will be very kind enough to let us in this evening and use the facilities and vantage points, especially up here on around at the back of the Aeropark. So if you want to find out any further details of the Aeropark, the aircraft they have on static display here, and the facilities they have, as well as their opening times and the admission prices, there's a link in our bio below and the details of the stream. You can also just do a quick search for East Midlands Aeropark and you'll find all the details of the Aeropark Museum on there. So we have been let in outside of normal operating hours during the winter months. They are Saturday and Sunday only. So if you're thinking of making your way down to the Aeropark for any evening spotting, unfortunately it's not open to the general public during the evenings, only Saturdays and Sundays between 10 AM and 3 PM. There are some late night opening hours during the year, and again those should be listed on the Aeropark website, so head across and do check that out. So just a couple of minutes now before that Jet 2 turns onto final. That cloud cover just creeping in now. Still good visibility over the entirety of the airfield from this vantage point. Excellent visibility towards Nottingham and Derby from here as well, just behind the trees. So hopefully as these evenings do start to draw out over the next couple of months, be able to stream a bit longer in the daylight and hopefully warmer temperatures as well. It's the only drawback to streaming at night is the temperature does seem to drop ever so suddenly. Everything is wrapped up warm, and we're as warm as we possibly can be. It's probably the lack of movement as well, being stood in the same position for a bit too long. To have to have a bit of a walk around and get your limbs moving again to get that blood flowing. We got warm drinks and all the warm clothes and electronic hand warmers, etc. that we can possibly have. So we're relatively warm in the grand scheme of things. So just a couple of minutes now until we see that jet 2 service in. Inbound from Future Inshore. Making its final approach down onto runway 27 now here at East Midlands. And those landing lights just becoming visible behind the tree line here. As soon as that comes into full view, we'll pan across and watch that one onto its stand. So let's take a quick pan across as we watch that jet 2 inbound from Future Inshore. Let's just get adjusted. The wind's still relatively calm here at East Midlands this evening. Well, there's definitely a bit of a wind chill to take into consideration. Still relatively frost-free though. On a previous couple of streams, that frost has started to engulf some of the equipment. Taking precautionary measures this evening, get everything wrapped up as well as it can be. It's everything seems to be performing quite well, and managing to cope. So the aircraft just touching down behind the trees now. We'll keep on this point as we watch that one roll out and then watch it onto its stand. Flight time of 4 hours and 50 minutes at the point of touching down here at East Midlands this evening. Let's get those gloves back on quick. The number of jet to airframes in at East Midlands this evening. The airframe becoming very full. The crew just visually inspecting that Ryanair 737 in front of us. Maybe the last aircraft out on tonight's stream. I'll keep an eye on that one. So a number of aircraft still to arrive into East Midlands this evening before we end the stream. So we have services in from Lanzarote, Chewy service in from Lanzarote, that is due in at around 8:15. Jet 2 service also in from Lanzarote just before 8:30. Ryanair service to inbound from Tenerife. That is delayed until just before 8:25. Anytime soon we should see the Aerologic 777 in from Leipzig this evening. And inbound cargo services following that 777 in from Leipzig. The DHL UPS service, not DHL. UPS service in from Philadelphia, and the DHL service in from Reykjavik, operated by that 757. So let's have a look where that 777 is. We're about 10 minutes out now for that service in from Leipzig this evening. Particular aircraft is 6 years of age, delivered in January 2019. So around 10 minutes out now, just heading towards Market Harbour, the west of Market Harbour, and heading up towards Leicester. So not too long before we see that one landing into East Midlands this evening. So that passenger terminal relatively quiet now. The Jet 2 737 just parking towards the passenger terminal. So let's have a pan around on the DHL apron again. So that one is almost empty now. ready to be loaded up for its outbound flight this evening. Thanks to everybody sticking with us this evening. Another very cold evening from down here at East Midlands. Yeah, as Polly's saying, a lot of different aircraft down here at the Aeropark, the Vulcan being the one of the main attractions. But I think there's a map on the website and details of all the aircraft down here as well. There are too many for me to remember. But have a look, I think there's a detailed map on there. It should show you the all the positions of those aircraft within the Aeropark and some further detail on them as well. If you're down at the Aeropark, definitely just ask one of the volunteers about any of the aircraft. They're all very knowledgeable in terms of details on their restoration and the history of them. So if you do have any questions, definitely seek them out, and I'm sure they'll endeavour to give you as much information as they possibly can. Is that 777 just off in the distance now? You should see that one arriving in the next 5 minutes or so. So you can pan around, just take you off that 767 for a minute. See if you can get the tower interview there. There you go, that's the Aerologic 777 making its way into East Midlands. This gives you a bit of a perspective on the vantage point from where we are this evening, especially when those skies are clear. So gradually making its way towards East Midlands. That one should be touching down here in the next few minutes. Turn off onto final just off camera, just obscured by the trees here. As soon as that lands, we'll get a close up of that one and watch it onto its stand. There we go. And that one is just about to disappear. So I'll pan back across to that DHL apron. You can see the other aircraft on stand this evening at 767 in front of us. And the rest of that DHL apron fully illuminated. Not too sure if any other aircraft are behind that one. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's the RVL Cessna that was in earlier. And then looks like maybe the A300. It's hard to tell. I think it has any winglets on it. No, it can't be. It's like a 777. But that early inbound from JFK there, fully unloaded now. Just waiting to be loaded back up. And the cargo jet 767 inbound from Cincinnati. Looks like that one is getting ready to get loaded back up as well. So the Aerologic 777 turning on to final lane for runway 27. Should see that one approaching the runway anytime soon. It's always a bit of a wait from this vantage point. But there's not really anywhere else on the airfield where you can get this close up to the cargo aircraft, especially from this height. So not a bad payoff at all. Gradually making its way down now is that 777 from Leipzig this evening. Earlier inbound to Leipzig from Bahrain. So another relatively busy day for this airframe. So we've got about another hour or so to run on this evening's stream from East Midlands. Last departing aircraft should hopefully be the Ryanair 737 MAX. Hopefully over the next hour we've got a number of cargo aircraft inbound to East Midlands, so we should have a lot more action to show you from the airfield this evening. 777 just touching down, so we'll pan across and catch that one. Making full use of the runway there to take you straight off and onto its stand. Get a close-up of that one as it makes its way a bit further down on the apron now. Definitely smell that rubber from the tyres there as it drifts across towards us. Move to a full stop there on stand. Yeah, Aerologic in from Leipzig. A relatively short hop across to the East Midlands this evening. About an hour and a half flight time at the point of touching down onto runway 27. just catching up on the chat there. Thank you for everybody joining in. Yeah, I'm not sure on that account. We blocked that one anyway, so hopefully that one stays out of the chat from now on. And hello to you, Jeffrey. Thank you very much for joining us again down at East Midlands. So I'll stick with that air logic as we watch the ground crews move into action on that one. Let's check that radar to see where the next arrivals currently are. Let's clear that off. So it's like a number of aircraft inbound towards East Midlands now. The chief service in from Lanzarote during the next 10 minutes or so. Should be followed by the Ryanair service in from Tenerife, which will then be followed by the Jet 2 service in from Lanzarote also. In terms of departures, looks like that Ryanair is still picking up for just before 9 PM. That's the Ryanair service to Tenerife this evening. We should see in the next few minutes the DHL service to Brussels. Keep an eye out for which airframe in front of us that will be. On the 777, just checking the exterior of the aircraft. And it looks like the Chewy service in from Lanzarote is making its way towards East Midlands now. That one just off in the distance. And about 5 minutes or so away from touching down here at East Midlands Airport this evening. So while it's making its approach, I'm just going to take a quick opportunity to grab a drink and just change over a battery, so bear with me. There you go, hopefully all sorted. Should keep us going for the end of the stream anyway. Relatively good view directions to that aircraft this evening. Definitely a different perspective to what we usually see on the stream. Now the tube service from Lanzarote just approaching East Midlands Airport now. It's just about to turn on to final. Set my coat up to keep some of that warmth in. Is making its way onto its final approach. Let's just have a quick check at those other flights inbound this evening. Most of them making their way towards East Midlands now. The Jet 2 service in from Lanzarote. That one is 20 minutes or so now from arriving into East Midlands. Just heading overhead of London. And then the UPS service in from Philadelphia also making its way in now, just north of Leek, making its way down towards Ashbourne and into East Midlands. That Chewy now turning on to final. Flight time on this one just over 4 hours and 7 minutes, about 4 hours 8 minutes by the time it touches down into East Midlands this evening. Just passing through 2,300 feet now. We'll keep on the Aerologic 777 whilst we await the arrival of this Chewy 737. DHL 767 pushing back now. I think that is the service to Brussels this evening. Yes, DHL service to Brussels pushing back now off stand. That Chewy just approaching the runway threshold now. So we'll quickly pan across once that arrives onto runway 27 and then get back straight on this 767 starting up. That 737 just touching down, so we'll pan across and quickly catch that one on the stream. There we go, the Chewy 737 in from Lanzarote there. Flight time of 4 hours and 12 minutes this evening. As that makes its way down towards the passenger terminal there. Let's pan across and catch that 767 service out to Brussels this evening. The UPS 767 service in from Philadelphia this evening, just overhead Nottingham now. Flight time on that one is about 5 hours and 50 minutes by the point of touching down this evening. So about 40 minutes or so left on this evening stream down from down here at East Midlands. Got a number of aircraft still inbound this evening, so a lot more to watch before we end this evening's stream. It looks like the next airbound aircraft after the arriving UPS 767 will be the Ryanair service from Tenerife. And we're just turning off course now to allow for some separation between itself and the inbound UPS service. (767) taxiing out there. It seems to catch you off guard. Just when you're doing something, it moves. Oh, we're back on it now. Hopefully we get a head-on shot of that one. Rapidly making its way into runway 27 there, that DHL service off to Bristol this evening, operated by the 767. Just reposition ourselves. So the DHL should be the next to depart, followed by that Ryanair service, which will end the stream on this evening. That one should depart in around 30 to 40 minutes. And then we'll head off and we will go and get warm. The temperature's definitely dropped off now. That UPS 767 on final now, approaching the runway threshold for runway 27. DHL still making its way down there to holding point on runway 27. So that wind is still relatively light. Definitely a chill in the air this evening. So that UPS 767 making its way down runway 27 now. Landing after a flight time of around 5 hours and 54 minutes this evening. That one is vacating back down towards the... It should be vacating back down towards the UPS end of the airfield. The DHL 767 lining up for takeoff now. Just a short hop back over to Russell's for that one this evening. Okay, let's reset. Try not to slip over. So next aircraft inbound on final now is that Ryanair service in from Tenerife. Just a minute or so before we see that one roll out. flight time of around 4 hours and 30 minutes this evening. Yeah, that temperature has definitely dropped. Very much in need of a warm drink. Shall go and grab one in a minute from the from our stuff. Okay, so it looks like just a few other delayed services this evening. Hopefully should see the West Atlantic 737 inbound shortly. And then services from Reykjavik and Belfast. So look on the radar. Yep, that's West Atlantic 737 inbound from Aberdeen this evening. That one is just our final approach now, followed by that Jet 2 service in from Lanzarote, also just turning on to final approach. So the passenger airframe filling up this evening. Number of aircraft now on stand. So we'll just stick with that viewpoint there, that vantage of the passenger aircraft in front of us while we wait the arriving service in from Aberdeen. Followed by that service in from Lanzarote, operated by Jet 2, another 737. West Atlantic airframe, which is next to land in. Age of 30 years, delivered in February 1994. Also coming up to 31 years of age now. That one just touching down onto runway 27. The Jet 2 just off final approach now. We'll pan across that one as it lands onto runway 27. The West Atlantic with a flight time this evening of around 50 minutes. We should pull onto a stand any minute now. I just pan across to the inbound Jet 2 service from Lanzarote, just rolling out towards us now. Flight time on that one is around 4 hours and 14 minutes this evening. So that's that wind just picking up as well, ever so slightly. Bringing a bit more chill with it. And the Jet 2 just pulling on to stand there. Let's pan across and have a look at that West Atlantic 737 inbound from Aberdeen this evening. Cargo 737. So yeah, a relatively old airframe converted into a cargo aircraft. Like the next inbound will likely be the DHL service air from Reykjavik this evening, operated by that Boeing 757. flight time of around 2 hours and 20 minutes this evening. Following that, it looks like it's the Maersk 767 on its way over from Belfast this evening. That one is just passing overhead Stoke-on-Trent now, around 15 minutes out. And that will likely be the last arrival on this evening's stream. So just a few more aircraft before we wrap up tonight. The DHL 757 inbound, which should be with us in the next few minutes. And the Maersk service in from Belfast this evening. Hopefully we should see the Ryanair off to Tenerife, if that one isn't delayed too much. Just looking at the radar, looks like that one may be delayed until about 9:15. So we'll likely finish with that inbound service from Belfast this evening. So we plan to end about 9 PM this evening anyway, between 2:15 and 9. So the last arrival fits perfectly with our timings this evening. Relatively small aircraft to be working on in comparison to some of the bigger airframes that are in this evening. Definitely puts those into perspective. So the DHL 757 just in his south of Nottingham now, towards East Midlands. The ops vehicle's just carrying out runway inspection there in between arrivals. Looks like that 757 might be taking just a slight deviation to its flight path. Should see that one land in the next few minutes though. The cargo jet service inbound to Cincinnati also just pushing back off its stand in the distance. So you should hopefully see that one just before the end of the stream depart out as well. So the radar playing a few tricks this evening. The DHL on the radar looks like it's approaching East Midlands towards the north ever so slightly. It is in fact our final approach now for runway 27. So as soon as that makes its way past the trees here, pan around on that one. And that Maersk 767 also making its way towards Nottingham now, routing down towards East Midlands. The cargo jet 767 just starting up its engines in the background now. And now we should be taxiing out in the next few minutes. So that DHL 757 just coming into view here. That one landing in from Reykjavik this evening after a flight time just shy of 2.5 hours. Airframe is 36 years of age, delivered to its first operator in 1988. One of just a few left flying in the UK. And Maersk 767 on final left for runway 27. It's cargo apron now filling up for the evening. 757 in from Reykjavik there, and the 767 departing out to Cincinnati. Maersk 767 just approaching the runway threshold now. The Maersk 767 should vacate and follow the route as the earlier UPS did towards the other end of the airfield. Let's change our position there. So last arrival on this evening's stream will be that Maersk 767 in from Belfast. And last departing aircraft will be the 767 in front of us departing back out to Cincinnati this evening. That Maersk 767 just touching down there. And that cargo jet 767 just lining up for, or just holding short of runway 27. Hopefully lining up any minute now. So that cargo jet 767 making its way down runway 27 now. Straight off into that calm night sky. Oops, that's reset. And there we go. Pan of that passenger terminal this evening here at East Midlands. The wind from those engines just hitting us there. Some very strong wind. But nevertheless, thank you very much to everybody who's joined us this evening from down here at East Midlands. We've been Lifelike Action. I've been Tom. Thank you very much for joining me in the cold. We should be back out here on Sunday, hopefully from the Aeropark again. And if you missed any details about the Aeropark early in the stream, check the link below to the Aeropark website. Definitely come down and check it out. It's a fantastic place for everybody. Facilities are great, and there's a lot of stuff to do. A lot of static aircraft to see on display. Definitely something for everybody to see down here. Thank you very much to the volunteers down here as well who've made this evening possible for us, and thank you to Stuart especially. So that's us for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. We're off to get warm now. Check us out on Sunday. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all later.